So becoming is about building our belief system. And so actually one of the spiritual practices is actually simply called believe, but it's really not about just one aspect of belief. It's about all of it and the variety of our beliefs. I think it's really difficult for children who grow up in Christian homes because they feel this pressure to have to believe all of it. They've had so little life experience. So you may believe all of it and it may be all, but it's intuitive knowledge. It's head knowledge. It's not yet experiential heart knowledge because of having not lived very much life. I felt that pressure and I didn't want to harm God's name by letting anybody know where I struggled and the things that I hadn't been yet invested in the faith. And so belief, we have here in our companion guide that it's a firm conviction as to the goodness, efficacy, or ability of someone or something, to accept something as genuine and to have confidence in that very thing. I have confidence in God as a provider. But when I'm ailing and I'm sick and my husband has a physical struggle, I'm not sure I have true conviction and confidence in God as healer. And so we grow in our experiential beliefs with God over time. And so the spiritual practice of believe, we do right after remember, because we look at, I remember these aspects of God in my story, and then we take the time to name, I believe God as Yahweh Yireh, the God who sees me, the God who's provided for me, or Yahweh Maginenu, the God who defended me. But I may struggle to know God as healer or God as the banner over me. And so believe is about, what do I need to believe? In Mark chapter 9, right after we see Jesus transfigured on the mount and he's glowing and white, and the Father calls out and said, "This is my Son, listen to him." Right after that, in the next part of Mark 9, we find a father coming to the disciples, asking them to heal his son who's mute. Another father who loves his son and wants his son's voice to be heard. And so he says, "Will you heal my son?" Well, the disciples were unable to heal him, and Jesus came down and said, "What's going on here?" from that time of the transfiguration. And the man asked Jesus, "Can you heal my son?" And Jesus said, "Anything is possible for him who believes." But the man said, "Lord, I do believe. Help my unbelief." And I believe that is the most honest statement, the most honest prayer in the Word. And that's really the essence of this spiritual practice, being able to say, "Lord, I believe these things. Help my unbelief in these things." And so by faith, we are going to God and being honest and saying, "Help my unbelief in this thing." In some ways, I think of Peter, the disciple Peter, as sort of the quintessential archetype of this kind of believe, this in the sense that he believed that God performed all those miracles. I mean, he was with Jesus when he calmed the seas. He was with Jesus when he fed the 5,000 and the 4,000. So he believed God as provider and as healer. He believed those things about Jesus. But when Jesus was crucified, he needed God's help to believe in him as the resurrection. And so Peter denied Jesus 3 times because he wasn't yet sure of that. And we all have those Peter experiences, don't we? We have them now. Well, I've seen this, but I haven't seen this. Thomas, right? Doubting Thomas, he said, he knew that he was experiencing something, but he wanted to know, I want to know that you're really the crucified Christ. So, and Jesus let him to feel the holes in his hands. It is you, because it's become experience. What happens with belief as we grow in belief, it's like we're accessing more gates into the person of who God is. He is all of those things, but it's over time that we come to experience him in relationship, and we begin to believe more and more. Belief is indeed a progressive matter. It's how we're sanctified, through the progression of belief.